Every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group a little bit more about their business. And I just picked that person out of the crowd. So I was just thinking, my head went through the original script, right? But you don't get to choose how you do this. I actually will just pick someone straight out of the crowd. I've got someone in mind. I'm going to pick you out of the crowd, and I'm going to give you a couple of rules as to how to speak. Here we go. Add to the spotlight. Here we go. We've got the wonderful Eva today. Eva is like from way back at the beginning of face-to-face Business at Breakfast. Welcome aboard, Eva. Eva, are you still living in Canberra?
Yes, I'm still in Canberra.
Excellent. I love that you've come out this year, a couple of times this year. I think that's great. So, Eva, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do your elevator pitch again, exactly as you did it before. And then the quick history of how you became a counsellor, because I know in your elevator pitch you said you're a counsellor. So just want a quick history of how you became a counsellor after you've said your elevator pitch. And then stop talking. And then we'll ask you questions. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Eve Damarjati. I'm a ACA registered counsellor based in Canberra. I provide gentle, compassionate, creative counselling services at $120 per session, mainly for women that are experiencing anxiety, depression, stress, low mood, disconnection, worry, and to help them move towards self-acceptance and self-love. How I became a counsellor is I started off taking interest in dance movement therapy. I did some study on that, had a certificate in dance movement therapy, and created what it is now called Dance Your Life, and it's a counselling service now. And then I expanded and studied further in Masters of Counselling. That's why I haven't been at networking lately. And now I run dance movement therapy group sessions in Canberra, here in Kingston, on Sundays, once a month. The next one is on October the 26th. At 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So if you're in Canberra and interested, please let me know. And that's $50 per session. And I just work with people with the issues with what's there, really, and get them to explore that a lot more and open up and integrate it. And then if they want further exploration, they can have a counselling session with me. So that's
excellent. Well done. Thank you. All right. Who's got some questions for Eva? Yes, Fiona.
You're in Canberra. Do you do this online or remotely or all of it?
I do my counselling sessions online as well as in person. I offer also therapy in the park, where we get to do counselling sessions in the park. If that's not suitable, then also online as well. The dance movement therapy groups at the moment is in person. It used to be online, but I've transferred across to in person.
Too many boobs. Too many boobs. You said something about diverse backgrounds earlier?
Yes, yeah. So I offer counselling services for women mainly, and I'd like to have my, I think, main group as women from diverse backgrounds. Yeah.
Yep. How do you find those? Like, how do you discover them, or how do they get to discover you?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually haven't thought about it far, apart from like creating networks and talking with people about what I do and going to like free movement dance classes and talk about what I do there and see if they're interested in my dance movement therapy group sessions.
Yep.
I've put myself in Psychology Today, which is like a counselling directory, so people can find me there.
Okay. Yep. Excellent. Joanne Pop.
Eva, what is the difference in dancing as opposed to movement generally, in how it helps the various people you're working with?
I think it depends, because for me, dancing is more like free, and obviously you've got music with it as well. But if they're not comfortable with whole move dancing, then I think it's okay to start small with movement. So I mean, like if dancing is not your thing, then you can start movement, and that could be a form of dance itself, because I believe that, you know, your body has the wisdom to actually express what's going on internally, and every movement can be considered as a dance on your life, a dance on what's going on internally. So there's no wrong or right movement there. And yeah, dance can happen like from a small movement to large movements. Yeah, I find there's no difference.
Thank you.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that you're in a good spot for working with diverse background women from diverse background, particularly in Canberra. So Canberra, I moved from Canberra 3.5 years ago, but Canberra had become the place where all the new people, for those who aren't from Australia, to know, where all the new people who move into Australia have to start in Canberra first. So everybody has to move there. So as a result, sometimes housing is a little bit overcrowded, so they've been, you know, building more houses so they can fit more people in, because everybody has to start there. But when you come from another country, you're not, and Canberra is the government capital of Australia. So when you move to Canberra, right, even if there's houses for you to move into, you're not necessarily eligible to get a job in Canberra if you've come from another country, because it's mostly government work. And you've got to be Australian or part of whatever it might be that gets you there in the first place. So a lot of people come from all over the place that don't find work that easily, or, you know, like the whole family might have moved and the husband is fine, but the wife needs something or something like that. So I can see how the diverse background is a good spot for you to be helping those women with the diverse background, because yeah, they've had to move from a different country, they've moved to a new place, may or may not know the language so easily. Now they have to, may not have to look for work, but then they don't have their friends, and you know, it can be and they're busy, and it could be a bit of a downer, to be honest. So I do think that that's a great spot for you to be in. Tanya, you've got your hand up?
Yes, I do. So how do you work with women that have like really broken English, or they can't speak English at all? Do you work with translators or?
I can work with translators. I haven't come across that situation yet. But I will use translators, or I think how I would approach it is either with movement or with simple words or with translators. Yeah. I need to explore that a lot more. Yeah.
It's interesting though, right? It does kind of say that in today's world, most people are learning English from the other countries, whereas us aren't necessarily learning the other languages, but goes the other way. I suppose it's a bit like, I think it's the bottom part of America, is it, Kathy, that tends to learn Spanish. Like I think of Greg Bush, and he said, well, I'm in New Mexico, so you naturally learn Spanish. Oh, do you? He said, well, we're down there. Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense, right? All right. Sonia, got your hand up?
Yeah, thanks very much. Eva, I'm actually based in Canberra myself. Have you ever thought of approaching Cafe Stepping Stone? Beautiful. They were Australian Community of the Year award winning for Australia Day. And they're based in Dixon and also somewhere a little bit outer Canberra. But their whole idea is that they bring people who are from diverse backgrounds who haven't got the ability to find a position. They bring them into the cafe, they give them those skills, and then they take them from there so that they are qualified to do work here in Canberra. So my thought would be, maybe if you approach the owners, if you want to reach out to me, I can ask my daughter to give me the owners' numbers because she's friends with them. Have a conversation. Maybe they could do something for you. Maybe they could give you a space in the evening or something where they could bring beautiful cold women to the organization and have a chat with you. Anyway,
Okay.
just a thought.
All right. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Sonia. Tanya, your hands up?
Yeah, I was just thinking about connecting. I had a meeting with a company called Head Start Homes just before this one. That's why I wasn't able to get on at 11. I will share the details with you because that could also be an opportunity because they work with vulnerable people, women that have lost everything. So I'm going to be partnering up with them to offer my services. So that could be a really good connection for you. And they work with people all over Australia. They've got offices everywhere.
Okay.
So,
Right. Thank
and
you.
most of it's done online, which is perfect
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. I'll connect with you, Tanya and Sonia. Thank you very much.
It's all right.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eva, for being our speaker today. I know that you had literally no warning at all. And as everybody gets thrown under the bus these days. But it does go to show, though, if you're given a couple of sort of parameters of which to speak on, that the audience will actually get all the information out of you that we want in the order that we want to hear it. If I had have let you speak freely, you may have told us a lot of that stuff anyway. However, we wouldn't have been able to handle it so easily because we're just listening to you. We're not really part of the conversation, but inside of the conversation, it's much easier to take the information. So thanks very much for being today's speaker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you, audience, for participating in the conversation as well.